let's go ahead and talk about some motivation, some meditation, some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Let's go ahead and start getting into the mentality. Let's get into that place. Let's get ourselves focused. Let's get ourselves going. Sometimes the challenges we're going to face off against is in our mind, our ability to overcome our challenges, our ability to be ourselves, our ability to get down with ourselves to that place where other people aren't willing to go, to be able to do the things others won't do, to be the person that we want to be inside. So let's go ahead and start getting into that. Let's get into that mentality. Let's start asking ourselves those types of questions. Let's get some energy readings done. Let's get some meditation going on today. Let's get into that place where you want to be. And let's start asking ourselves these types of questions. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to become? How do you want to get there? And what is it going to take you to get there? So, what is focus? What is the process of focus? What is the ability to get down with yourselves to that level? What does it take for you to get there? How are you going to get there? What type of challenges do you face off against? What types of questions do you ask yourself? How are the questions that you ask yourself? What is it that drives you? What is it that makes you? What is it that's your foundation? What kind of foundation are you on? What kind of place do you go to? If you could do one thing every day, what would that one thing be? What would that one place be? What kind of energy would you want flowing around you? What kind of energy would you want flowing within you? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you truly gotten down with yourself, no matter the place you are, to what's going on inside becomes the mentality, to where what's going on inside is the ability, where what's going on inside is the ability to overcome your challenges, to be the person that you want to be, to face off against the things that you want to face off against. A lot of times that's what we're asking ourselves. We're asking ourselves, what is it going to take? Are we focused? Are we writing stuff down? Are we putting it in front of ourselves? Are we truly starting to, get past those things that are stopping us from having that place, getting past those things that are asking you the question, can you do this? Can you become this? Can you achieve this? A lot of times people don't feel like they can. They don't feel like they are worthy of themselves. Ask yourself how many years you've been alive. How long have you gone through this journey? How long have you been on this path? You have gone through challenges and you've been in places other people wouldn't want to go. You've done things that other people wouldn't want to do. You've been through things that others wouldn't want to achieve. Ask yourself, what is it? You are a gift in this universe. You are a blessing in this universe. You have had many challenges that you faced off against. Are you focused to that level? Are you giving yourself that kind of permission? Are you giving yourself that place where, what is inside is growing? What is inside is reflecting? What is inside is manifesting? Is your level of focus to that place? Is your energy to that level? Are you with you? Are you asking yourself these questions daily? Are you putting them in front of yourself where your reflection is asking every single day, am I a motivation? Am I driving myself? Am I putting myself in the place where what I write down I'm achieving? Am I putting myself in the place where what I'm writing down is becoming? Am I putting myself in the place where what I'm writing down is a blessing? And as you start to see that kind of blessing inside of yourself, as you start to see that kind of thing happen for you, as you start to go beyond and you start to go from within and you start to manifest on the outside, as you focus beyond what other people can achieve, where you focus beyond where other people won't go, where you're willing to do things that others won't do, you're willing to go to levels that others won't go. What does it take to get to that level of focus? How do you go beyond when other people say you can't? When they say you're not ready, when the universe says, let's see what you got, let's see if you can do this, let's see if you can achieve this. Are you sitting down with yourself and putting yourself in a positive place? Are you putting yourself in a place where you're recognizing that you are the reflection outwards, where you are that level of focus, where you are that being in this universe, that you are a blessing, that this path, this journey, it's you. You are a blessing to this universe, that the Most High God can use you. He can use what you have. He can use your abilities. He can use your challenges. He can use your focusing past them to see that positive and negatives are working in your direction, that what you have inside is worth it, that your mentality is worth it, that your ability to do it is worth it, that no matter what you face off against, you can do it. You can achieve it. are you putting in front of yourself where you are truly starting to write it down, where you're truly starting to ask yourself the questions? You're truly starting to become the reflection. You're truly starting to become your own equation, your own answers to your own challenges. Your mentality, your being becomes that light. Your energy becomes a place where you can read energy, where you can get down with yourself. You can get down with the person you are inside, where the people that come in your direction are meant to be there. The people that are meant to come in your direction are a blessing in your life. They're being of you, the being from within you, the light from within you radiates, where that level of focus is there, where you're a place and people see you as a motivation. I strive for you to see that for yourself. I want you to see that you can achieve it for you, that you can become it within you, that you can do it for you, that you can be that, you can achieve that, you can see that inside of yourself. You can absolutely see the blessings, and you understand that you can do it, that no matter what challenges you come across, no matter what things come against you, if you stay positive, you stay in a positive aspect, if you stay in a positive being, if you stay in a positive ability, if you stay in a positive reflection, if you give yourself that kind of permission, if you give yourself that kind of place, if you give yourself those kind of challenges, if you're willing to face off against that type of stuff, if you give yourself that kind of permission on a daily basis, if you speak your mind, if you speak your ability, if you see that you can do it, if you can achieve it from within you, if the mentality inside of yourself is there, if you have what it takes, if you are there inside of yourself, if you focus beyond that, if you get down with the challenges that you face off against, if you give yourself that kind of a mentality, if you give yourself that kind of an ability, if you give yourself that kind of permission to be you, then the challenges that you face off against you are worth it. The challenges that you face off against become it. The challenges that you face off against are you. And when you see this for yourself, when the mentality inside of yourself is worth it, when you recognize that you're worth it, when you recognize that you can do things that others would not be able to achieve, when you find your best friend inside of yourself, when you find your best friend inside of your being, when you find your best friend inside of you, when others come into your world, they come into your world to be a part of your life. When that is so important for you to see, when it's so important for you to be, when your being is focused to the place where you no longer feel fear, where you no longer feel things have the ability to stop you, like, what does it take for you to get there? How long does it take for you to get there? When will you get there? Like, if you were in that dark place in your life, if you were in that dark place in your life, you're looking for that light, listen to this message, hear what I'm saying, hear that you can do it, hear that you can achieve it, hear that you can become it, and that it isn't a place around you. It's from what goes on inside. It's from where your mentality lays. Truly put yourself down, put yourself in front of you, start to get down with that person, start to get down with those challenges, start to get to the place where you manifest, where what you have inside overcomes your challenges, where your focus becomes a foundation beyond, where you're focused beyond focus, where the process in the universe is using your level of focus, where the process in the universe is using your being, where you're becoming a tool with the universe, where you're becoming one with the light, where you're becoming one with the ability, where focus and knowledge is centered inside of you, where Your focus is such in a place that when you go into that dark tunnel, you pick yourself up. You pick yourself up in your light. You pick yourself up in your being. You pick yourself up on your ability to overcome the things when other people won't, where you can see that you have what it takes. You can see that you are that light in this universe, that being inside of you lights up in this universe. The being inside of you has the ability. The being inside of you has the 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 ability to overcome challenges that other people won't, that this is worth it, that you are worth it. You are a light in this universe. You are a blessing in this universe. You are a being in this universe. And so, are we going to do that for ourselves? Are we going to start picking up the stuff to start writing stuff down? Are we going to start putting in front of ourselves so we can achieve it? Are we going to set goals in front of ourselves? Are we going to put dreams in front of ourselves? Are we going to give ourselves that permission? Are we going to give ourselves that place? Are we going to give ourselves that ability to be moving forward, to moving in a direction, to being able to stand inside, to stand at a level where the universe works for you? It starts to work with you. It starts to work through you. It starts to become a part of you. And you start to see that light radiate. And you start to see that light grow. And you start to see that light becoming that kind of being. Because you are special. You are a light in this universe. You are something so great that you overcome the things that others won't. You overcome the things that others can't do. It's that being inside of you that lights up in this world. It's that being inside of you that says it's worth it. It's that being inside of you that starts to get down with the challenges that you face off against. When you see that journey, when you see that level of focus, you see that ability to be who you are, to face off against the things that only you could face off against, to get down to that place inside of yourself where other people just would not go. And when you see you're worth it, when you recognize that your ability to be you is worth it, you start to recognize that focus is a friend, focus is an ability, focus is something worth it. You are worth it. And I want you to know that when you face off against challenges and you focus past the challenges and you achieve the ability inside of yourself to become something other people wouldn't become. When you start to become something other, you go to a place where they speak their mind. They don't speak who they are on the inside. They don't see who they truly are. They don't go to that level to be who they are. They don't give themselves that place. You can do that for you. But you have to focus to be there. You have to focus to get it. You have to focus to achieve it. You have to focus to be down with yourself. The type of thing to ask yourself the question, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Have you asked yourself that on a daily basis? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself if you can do it. Ask yourself if you can become it. Ask yourself if it's worth it. And ask yourself if when you achieve it for you, if you achieve that kind of light within you, uplift other people with that level of focus. Use your gifts that you are meant to have. Use your gifts to be who you are. Use your gifts to be and to face off against the challenges that only you can. To face off against the things that only you can go through, that you can do it. And so, as we focus beyond, as we give ourselves that place, as we give ourselves that ability, as we get down to that level, we start to recognize that you have to study yourself. You have to study who you are inside. You have to put everything in front of yourself so you can start to be honest with yourself, so that you can start to be honest with your being, so that you can be who you are on the inside. You can do the things that you want to do. You can become the person that you want to be. And that this is the best place to be. That the ability to be inside of yourself is worth it. So many people have taught that, being yourself is not a good thing. Who out there will say that unless you say that to yourself? You are great. You are a blessing. You are a son and daughter of the Most High. You can achieve things when you put your mind to it, when you put your being into it, when you put your whole self down to the level where you focus on just the simplicity of you. You focus on being yourself. You become selfless. You become you. You become that person that all that you have is yourself. All you have is your being. All you have is the ability to use what you have. All that you have is that light inside of you. Are you seeing that you are a light in this universe? You are a being in this universe. You have challenges, you have focus, you have knowledge, you have a level of being where you can achieve things, you can manifest things. You have something that's so great when you get to the place where you truly start to write it down, when you truly start to put positivity in the mentality, when you truly start to put your ability into it, when you truly start to put your being into it, when you truly start to focus beyond those types of challenges, when you start to focus beyond those types of things, when you recognize that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. And it's within you to achieve it, it's within you to become it, it's within you to light up this universe in that way. It's within you to light up this universe in such a way that the light inside of you radiates outwards. And it's up to you to see it for you. It's up to you to achieve it within you. It's up to you to become it within you. And so when we do this for ourselves, when we become this for ourselves, when we light up this world to that level where the focus is inside of us, where the focus is with us, we start to become blessings. We start to see the process is worth it. A lot of people seek me out for that level of mentality. They look for what's going on within themselves. They come to understand themselves. They come to become that with themselves. They come to become blessings in the universe. They come to understand that they can achieve it, that they are it, that they are within it, that you can achieve some light that nobody else can stop, that nobody else can become. When you look inside of you, ask yourself how many years you've been on the face of the planet. How certified are you to be you? Only you know your mind, only you know yourself, only you know your energy, only you know your being. And so when you get down with that, and even when other people can read it, it's there to share with you, it's there to be with you, it's there to be a part of your journey, it's there to be a part of your path, it's there to be a part of your light from within you. And I want you to know that you have a light inside of you. You have a level of tools that the universe can be used for you. It can be used within you. It can be used with you, that you can do this thing. You can achieve this journey. You can achieve this light. You can achieve this being inside of yourself. And there's no one that can stop you if you're willing to be you. If you're truly willing to be who you are on the inside, that light will radiate outward. That light will radiate with a being from within, from within that foundation, within that foundation created by the creator of this universe, that you are part of it. You are a part of that path. And if you were in a dark place and you're hearing this message, pick yourself up. If that even means just starting to write stuff down, if that means starting to meditate, if that means starting to get in a place where you're communicating with yourself, where you're closing the door, you're giving yourself the time, you're giving yourself the permission, you're getting down with your challenges. You can master things. You'd be surprised how much you can master when you give yourself the space, the permission to be you. You'll recognize that the light changes from within. The light becomes bright. The day becomes softer. The day becomes brighter. When you focus and you see that level of focus can help you to overcome those negatives. When you see that the positive and negative is there, so that you can see the positivity, so that you can chase after the positivity, so that you can become a positive person in the universe, that you can overcome any challenge that you face off against when you are willing to do it, when you're willing to go out against it. Sometimes we feel like we're fighting the grain, but realistically it's the positives that come out. It's the positives that are formed. It's like a diamond's formed with heat, compression. Are we allowing them to be the process from within? Are we allowing them to be a part of us? Are we allowing them to work through us? Are we allowing them to become us? Are we getting down with that level of grind? Are we getting on with our own fight within ourselves? And that's where it is. That's where it starts. That's it. You're fighting your path, your good path, your positive path, your journey, your light, your ability to start being you. Start being yourself. Start seeing that when you decide that's it, let me be who I am. When you decide that's it, I'm going to be a beautiful light in this universe. That's it, I'm going to be a beautiful being in this universe. That who I am inside is a blessing. That who I am inside is a light beyond light. And so when that focus comes and that negativity comes in your direction, you can see the positivity coming right behind it. You can see that positivity overcoming that negativity on your daily. You can see it in your being on a weekly, a monthly, a yearly. And so things start to happen that are you. They start to happen from within you. They start to happen with you. And so when we recognize this is absolutely worth it, that you are worth it. Are you hearing me? You are worth it. You have the ability to write. You have the ability to put something down. It might not be spelled right. It ain't about somebody else. It ain't about somebody else's mentality. It's about your mentality. It's about who you want to become. It's about what you want to face off against. It's about you getting to that place where what you use what you have. You use your blessings inside of you. You use your being. You use your light. You are lights in this universe. You are blessings, and it's up to you to leave blessings for other people. It's up for you to see your blessing inside. It's up for you to see your page inside of you, and it's up for you to see that, and other people will see that when you look inside of yourself. Other people will see that when you see it for you. Other people will see it when you recognize that you are worth it. You are absolutely worth it. And so are you using the tools on a daily? Are you giving yourself the ability to understand your energy? Are you giving yourself the ability to get an energy reading and to know which kind of energy flows from within you with the ability for that energy to be your strengths? And are you overcoming your weaknesses with your strengths? Are you giving yourself the ability to face off against the challenges from within, to face off against the being from within, to face off against the process of focus, to become that level of foundation of focus, to have that kind of place where when you decide to do something, things move out of the way. When you decide to do something, the being from within you radiates light. When you decide to do something, other people see you as a level of focus beyond focus. When we see motivational speakers, we see them at the top because their mentality achieved that. We see them at the top because they're in that place as you and I. And they're in that place facing off against the things that you wouldn't want to. They're doing the things that you wouldn't want to do. They're getting to the place inside of themselves where other people wouldn't be willing to go. And so they achieve it for themselves, and they're not surprised in the results. They're not surprised. So don't be surprised in the results if you're not focusing. Don't be surprised in the results if you're not putting yourself in that place where you're giving yourself the permission to study you, where you're giving yourself the permission to face off against you, where you're giving yourself the permission to be yourself. It's up to you to be you. It's up to you to face off against your challenges. It's up for you to overcome your challenges. It's up for you to have the mentality. It's up for you to write stuff down. It's up for you to listen to what you want to. It's up for you to choose what you want on your subconscious. So how do you start to get there? How do you start to achieve that? How do you start to overcome that? How do you start to have that kind of mentality to what it takes is you, to what it takes is from within you, to what it takes is to be you? That kind of light is a blessing. That kind of being is a blessing. You are a blessing in this universe. And it's completely up to you to see it for yourself. No one else will do it for you. No one else is meant to do it for you. And so are you enjoying that path? Are you enjoying that journey? And if you're not, start seeing you. Start seeing your chapter. Start seeing your pages. Start seeing your path. Start seeing your journey. Start seeing your light, because you are a light in this universe. You are a being in this universe. You are a blessing in this universe. You have blessings. You achieve a tool in this universe. The universe has the ability to use the tools that you have. The universe has the ability to use the tools that you have on a daily, not a weekly, on a monthly, on a yearly. You have to ask yourself the question, can I achieve this? Can I become this? Can I overcome this kind of challenge. So a lot of times we look elsewhere for what we should be looking from within. We look elsewhere for what we would want to achieve. Have you looked inside of yourself? Have you looked on your pages? Have you looked on your chapters? Have you gotten to the place where your level of focus is so written down that your pages are so torn that you understand that you are a blessing, that you have been through challenges so that you can achieve things others would not achieve? What a blessing it is to be in that kind of challenge. What a blessing it is to be in that kind of place. What a blessing it is to be you. Do you see that you are a light? So how do we focus to that level? How do we get there? How do we get to that place where we start to, you know, overcome those kinds of challenges without putting that mentality in a place of positivity, without putting that mentality in a place where your focus is beyond your pains, your focus is beyond your emotions, your focus is elevating you beyond that, where your knowledge and focus is becoming organized and timely and mastering you and mastering that person inside and mastering those challenges that you face off against. What kind of light do you want to achieve? What kind of light do you want other people to see from you? What kind of being are you for you? And we're not talking in comparison to somebody else. We're talking to ourselves. We're talking to that being from within. We're talking to that challenge that you face off against that nobody else can do for you, which is you. How do you start to focus to master this thing? How do you start to focus to master this being? How do you start to become that best friend with yourself? How do you start to recognize that you can do it and you can achieve it? And it comes from within you. It comes from that place where that process of focus has a process. Are you allowing that mentality to have that process of positivity too? Are you allowing that mentality to have that place too? Are you letting you have your path, your journey, your relationship with your Most High, with the tools that you have, with the being that you are, with the focuses that you have, the challenges that you face off against, the person that you want to become? What a blessing you are. What a blessing you are in this light. What a blessing you are in this being. What a blessing you are in the process of your journey. And in that journey, you're going to face off against challenges. In that journey, you're going to face off against things. In that journey, you're going to see that you can do it. You can achieve it. You can become it. In that journey, you're going to have things that you need to overcome. In that journey, you're going to have things that you're going to, have to focus past. In that journey, you're going to have things that you're going to have to focus within. You're going to have to focus beyond. You're going to have to go from within yourself. You're going to have to go and deep down inside and start to manifest. You're going to have to start to manifest it outwards. You're going to have to start to use the process of focus to go inwards. You're going to have to start to recognize that what's going on inside is what's most important. What's going on inside is the place to be. What's going on inside is when you become you. It's when you achieve you. It's when you light up this world. It's what's going on inside is such a blessing. You are a blessing in this universe. You are a light in this universe. You are a being in this universe. And it's up to you to see it. And sometimes we feel like we are overwhelmed with what we do. We're overwhelmed with what we face off against. We're overwhelmed with the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis. We're overwhelmed with the things that we go through, and recognize that what's going on inside is what's most important. What happens around us is just a manifestation from within. What goes on around us is just manifestation from our mentality. It's from a manifestation from what we sign up for, what we put ourselves into, what we overcome is coming from within ourselves, is coming from within our light, is coming from within our being. And so are you focusing on those types of things? Are you getting there within yourself where you're starting to become the student, where you're starting to study you? When's the last time you studied yourself? When is the last time you got down to the simplicity from within you? When is the last time you gave yourself that place to have a foundation? Is that foundation happening? Is that being growing? Is that light expanding? Is that level of becoming that kind of student to get inside of yourself, to get to that place inside of you where that process of focus is working, where that process is from within, where that process is inside, where other people see you and they see something special. When other people see you, they see something great. When other people see you, they see something amazing. And they see that level of light as extraction, and they see that level of light as understanding, and they see that student constantly growing. They see that student constantly bringing light in other people's directions by being themselves. And when you start to recognize that your energy inside is worth it, that your being is worth it, that your challenges are worth it, that what you face off against on a daily basis is worth it, you start to recognize there is something special about you. You do recognize that there is something special within you that you can do with the knowledge inside, that your student inside of you is that place, that breath, that connection from within is there, that breath, that connection has a purpose, that you absolutely have a purpose on your path. You absolutely have a purpose on your journey. You absolutely are a blessing in this universe. You are a blessing in your day, your week, your month. And so from within, the student starts to learn. The student starts to see the manifestation on the outside. The student starts to recognize that they can learn from themselves. They can learn from within them. They can get to that place where that mentality is for you. It's there with you on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. And it's from within that that light radiates. It's from within that that light becomes. It's from within that that understanding is there. And so when we still our mind, when we still our ability, when we give ourselves that place of study, when we give ourselves that place of being, when we give ourselves those kind of challenges, when we give ourselves that kind of permission to go from within, that's why a lot of people don't understand self-study. They don't understand that all meditation is a self-study. It's extraction of knowledge from within. It's extraction of knowledge from energy. It's extraction of ability to be one within oneself, to be one with oneself, to be one in the universe, to be one with the universe, to be a part of the process. That when people come to you, they're coming to you because you're a tool in the universe. When they ask you to work a position, it's because that tool is being used as you. When you see all of these processes and you see all of these journeys and you see all of these paths and you see yourself as worth it and you see yourself inside it and you see yourself on it, recognize that that student is working. That person inside of you is becoming. That light inside of you is radiating. When you radiate with that kind of ability to stand your ground, when you radiate with that kind of ability to be your being, to have your thoughts, to have your heart, to have your voice, to have your depth perception, to have your nervous system, to fire off those lights from within you, to fire off those beings, to sit down inside of the book of you, to sit down inside of the book from within you, to be from within you a light in this universe. Others will see that light. Others will become inspired by your being. Others will become inspired from your knowledge. They will see your stories. They will see your path. And it's up to you to see yourself as sufficient. It's up for you to see your light shine. It's up for you to expand from within you. It's up for you to understand that you can achieve it. That meditation is a reflection of self-study. Meditation is a reflection of being from within. Meditation is a question everyone should be asking themselves. Are we studying ourselves? Are we giving ourselves that place? Are we giving ourselves that kind of permission? And so a lot of times you have to ask yourself that question from that place of study, from that level of foundation from within. Can I extract the knowledge inside of myself? Can I find the first seed of the knowledge from the first learning of that learning, from that first focus and that first process and that first place that the relation from within would open up, that the challenges can be overcome, that the liberation can come from within, that the ability to be within oneself is there, that you have it, you can do it, you can achieve it, that you are such a blessing in this universe, you are such a light in this universe. And that is what it's about. It's really about you studying you. It's about you asking you. It's about motivation. It's about meditation as a reflection of your self focus and your self knowledge and your self ability to be you. And so, how do we start to allow that student to be inside of the classroom? Do you give yourself time every day to study you? Do you give yourself time to be within you? Do you give yourself time to be you? Do you give yourself time to still your mind, to go within, to face off against the challenges that you face off against, that only you can face off against, that only you can go through, only you can be in? Are you having that kind of patience to become your best friend with yourself? Are you having that kind of patience to be from within you a light? Are you having that kind of patience to do what the type of work that other people won't do for you? And so as we head inwards, as you go within yourself, as you see the light up and the energy within yourself, you recognize that the external is yet but a reflection, that the external is yet from the knowledge from within. The external is just that. It's just a reflection. It's just an understanding of a manifestation. It's your being is there. Your being is in place. Your being is within. Your being is here. Your being is a light within, and as that light grows, as that path journey has light up inside, and as it expands outwards, others will see that. It will get to the place where you start to see that your knowledge is sufficient, that your being is sufficient, that you can and you are a light in this universe, that you are a absolute light in this universe. And your stories and your past are waiting to come out. They're waiting for you to access them. They're waiting for you to understand them. They're waiting for you to see past the emotion, to see past the fear, to see past the things that stop your mind, to get to that place where your mind opens up, where your mind becomes you, where your mind becomes your light, where you understand your journey, where you understand your path, where you understand your purpose. Because you are a blessing within this universe. You are absolutely this. You have knowledge. You have the ability to expand from within. You have the ability to learn from those stories that you've gone through, to liberate your mind so that you can achieve the understanding from within, the understanding of your being, your understanding of your purpose, the understanding of your light source from within you. And as you give yourself the permission to use your breath to that level, to use your being to that place, to use your challenges as blessings, to use your light as a purpose, your light shines bright. Your light shines bright from within, and others start to see that inner light shine. They start to see that inner light focus. They start to see that inner light work. And just like water, you flow. Just like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Be like that knowledge from within. Recognize that you are you. That where you are fills with the space of you. Where it fills with the being of you. Where it fills with the light from within you. What a blessing we are. What a blessing a day is. What a blessing a week is. What a blessing a knowledge, a lesson, a story is. You are filled with stories. You are filled with path. You are filled with a journey. You are filled with a purpose. It's up for you to see that purpose. It's up for you to become that purpose. It's up for you to see that light from within you, shining bright outwards. It's up for you to radiate with that kind of knowledge, radiate with that kind of connection, to radiate with that kind of tool, to gain that kind of centering within oneself, to gain that kind of place within you. And so are you connecting your focus with your knowledge? Are you connecting it with your being? Are you connecting it with your challenges? So as we go from within, we start to head to that place where we find that knowledge is important. And focus is important, and you are important. Your classroom, your student, your breath, your simplicity, all that you have is you in simplicity. All that you have is knowledge and focus and the being and the stories and the lessons that you have been through. All that you have is the challenges that you faced off against, the things that you have seen. Give yourself that place to open the mentality, to open the being to that level, to open the being to that kind of connection, to open the being to that kind of place to where what you have from within lights up in this universe, where what you have from within is absolutely a blessing. You are absolutely a blessing. And so, as focus connects with knowledge, the centering of oneself becomes. As the centering of oneself becomes, the student becomes inside of the classroom. As a student becomes inside of the classroom, one becomes present in their being. As one becomes present within their being, the Most High God can work through them, with the knowledge and the focus being utilized in such a way that the being becomes a light in this universe. So let's be lights in this universe. Let's work with light in this universe. Let's work with a level of discipline where that radiating light is coming from within, where that radiating light is coming to a level of understanding oneself. The understanding of oneself is such a special thing. The understanding of oneself is such a blessing. The understanding of oneself is such a place where others will see you, and they see you as a uplifting light. They see you as a reflection of your level of discipline, of your own study, your own path, your own journey, your own challenges. They see you and they understand that you can do it, I can do it too. And that uplifting is there. When I saw those and I started to feel that liberation, when I started to feel that being, when I started to recognize that it's worth it, when I started to recognize that it can do it from within, that it can become from within, that the light can radiate from within, that the being inside is worth it, that you can achieve something so great when you center your knowledge and your focus to a true level from within, a true level from within this being, a true level from within that light, a true level within that challenges that you face off against, that you have what it takes, and that you truly do have inside of yourself something special. When other people's days become lighter by you being around, when other people's days become lighter by your challenges, when other people's days become lighter because you are in this world, then their worlds become lighter, their days become lighter, their weeks become lighter, their beings become lighter. When we recognize that we are lights in this universe, that we are paths in this universe, that we are a journey, and that our focus and our knowledge have a purpose in this universe, and that your focus and your knowledge and your utilization and your blessing of you is such a thing in this universe, that you are a blessing. Light comes from within. Light comes from within. Light comes from within you, and it is also around you. Are you working with your inwards path? Are you working with your inwards journey on a daily basis? Are you giving yourself that kind of time to find that focus and that knowledge centered within yourself, where you see you as the discipline, where you see you as that blessing? It's written that we are temples. Do we give ourselves time inside of our temple? Do we give ourselves time on our journey? Do we give ourselves time on our path? Do we give ourselves time on our purpose? Do we recognize, do we ask ourselves this question? From within, does light radiate out? From within, does light radiate out from within you? Because it can, it has the ability to. We've seen people across the face of the planet that have connected to things. They've connected to soccer, they've connected to singing, they've connected to all these things. And when the whole being is connected to that level, when the whole being has that ability, when the whole being has those kinds of challenges, when the whole being has that kind of light radiating outwards, what a blessing it is for you to be you. What a blessing it is for you to face off against you. What a blessing it is for for you to have challenges, because without challenges you can't overcome them. And you're meant to overcome them with your focus and with your knowledge. You're meant to see that you can do it, that you can achieve it, that you can become it. You're meant to recognize your path, your journey, your purpose, your ability inside of yourself. What a blessing you are. What a blessing it is for you to face off against those things. Can you see the positivity that if those things never happened, then you would never be where you are right now? You wouldn't be able to be where you are right now if you didn't go through the things that you went through. So this means that they're a blessing. That this means that they're a place of focus. This means that they're there for you, and that you can do it, that you can achieve it, that you can become it. And you got to put your mind to it. You got to put your whole being into it. You got to put your focus and your knowledge in such a place that you can do it, that you can achieve it, that you can become it. And so what is it going to take for you to get there for you? As people see a level of discipline, they also see a level of reflection. They also see a level of being. They also see a level of challenge. They also see a level of understanding. They also see that you are worth it. And so as you light up other people's worlds, you also, from your level of discipline, leave a reflection of inspiration, which is the reason why we ask ourselves this question: is it inspiration? Are you finding yourself in that place where you are becoming inspired, where you are becoming one with the universe, where you're becoming one with the Most High God, where the blessings are working through you, and you are blessing other people by your existence? You're blessing other people by your being. You're blessing other people by your ability. You're blessing other people by your challenges. And so that is where blessings come out from within. It feels so good to face off against oneself. It feels so good to understand one's purpose, to understand one's being, to have simplicity, that all you have is you, that all you face off against is within you. It's quite liberating to understand that your best friend is already there. It's quite liberating to understand that, people can leave your path, leave your journey, and that you still have your journey, you still have your path, that nothing's been taken from you, that everything is still there, everything is within you, everything is within your understanding, within your being. You are a blessing in this universe. You are a purpose in this universe. You are a path within this universe, and you are a light within this universe. So are you giving yourself that place? Are you giving yourself that being? Are you becoming that kind of light on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly? Are you asking yourself this kind of question every day? Are you asking yourself this kind of question every week? Because you deserve to. You deserve to ask yourself the question: am I focused? Am I knowledge? Am I centered within myself? Am I giving myself that kind of understanding? Am I giving myself that kind of path? Am I giving myself that kind of journey? So, as I close here, as I get close to the end of this speech, I want you to see that level of inspiration from within you. I want you to see that level of light within you. I want you to see that level of purpose within you. I want you to see that level of path within you. I want you to understand that you can achieve things that you want to achieve, that you can do things that you want to do, that even when other people try to put a finger in your face, if you focus beyond that, then you can achieve it for you. If you continue when other people don't want to, if you continue when other people can't, if you continue when other people won't, then you can achieve something greatness within you. You have that within you, and you can do that for you. But you have to apply yourself to it. You have to be willing to fail till you succeed. You have to be willing to continue when others would quit. You have to be willing to go when others wouldn't go, and do things that others wouldn't do, so you can be where you want to be, and you can be a light in this universe. I want you all to be inspired to that level, to see it for yourself. As I close, I just want to say blessings, blessings, blessings. As always, namaste.